affected by that fire, which was, well, as far as I'm hearing now, is still ablaze. Also a pipeline near Kharkiv. Kharkiv, that's the second city in Ukraine, in a terrible state, not helped by this gas pipeline being attacked. The first deputy head of administration in Kiev is saying that there are clashes with saboteurs, as they're called, thought to be undercover Russians who are using sleeper cells or something like that, which is constantly referred to by the information ministry and other officials. But these so-called saboteurs are set upon by anybody available. That can be civilians with free handout guns, or it can be other parts of the security forces. That's happening a lot, and we're hearing that some of the explosions, some of the attacks are down to these saboteurs. They could be special forces. We don't have full details on it, but what we do know as a network is that it is incredibly dangerous anywhere, particularly in Kiev, obviously, but anywhere in the country, not just because of the Russian attacks, but because of the level of stress and tension with field operations going on to try to find these saboteurs, or to try to find aggressors as they're described. We're the latest, one of the latest, to come into a situation. It by no means is it the most serious, but our arrival in this city last night was within minutes of the curfew coming down, the right side of the curfew coming down, but we were effectively ambushed by armed police from several directions, all with automatic guns, their safety off, definitely. The pistol at the head of my colleagues, and indeed myself, the pistol was off safety and directly pointed, and they were really stressed. It was, if you hadn't had your arms up, we felt that the worst could have happened. It went on for nearly half an hour. We obviously had our bona fide documents with us, but this went on.
Dorsa Jabari joins us live now to get the view from the Russian capital. So Dorsa, as far as this ongoing discussion of the possibility of talks, what more are we hearing on that from the Russian side?
Well, according to the Kremlin, they were waiting for the Ukrainians to respond until GMT today. There is a Russian delegation made up of members from the president's office, as well as the foreign ministry and the Russian defense ministry, who are now currently in the southeastern city of Gomel in Belarus. They said that they are there because they are ready to have talks with the Ukrainian officials. Now, they picked the city of Gomel according to the Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko. He says that the Ukrainians chose to have the talks be held in that city instead of the capital Minsk. But the Ukrainians officials have said that that is not true, and that the Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says that they are not going to have any kind of discussions with Russian officials in Belarus. He provided a number of other cities as possibilities, but he said that they will not go to Belarus to have any kind of dialogue with Russia, because Belarus is one of the countries that Russian troops have entered into Ukraine from, and he says we cannot, in all honesty, have any contact with them, and to go into that area would be very much against what they believe in. Now, the Russian President Vladimir Putin, we understand, has just spoken to the Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, who has offered to mediate the talks between Ukraine and Russia. And Putin has said that, according to the Kremlin, during that conversation, he again said that the Russians are ready to talk to Ukrainian officials, but